Battlestar Galactica, the board game via Tabletop Simulator. Oh god, I hope I'm not getting that name wrong. I'm like, I wasn't there. And someone else is like, that was me, and I get no recognition. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. But I'm pretty sure we were talking about French stuff. One more of those. Oh. Is 200k a huge amount in this game? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, obviously I'm not an expert at this yet, but I think I'm actually okay. People will sort of poop on all my stuff a lot. They say it's the worst, but I actually think I'm halfway decent at this game. And this city has been worked on for, at this point, well, yesterday we streamed for what, like 7 hours on this city? And then we've streamed 6 hours in the city today. And we are just over 100,000. Now, admittedly, there's a lot of, little talking and this and that, but it's pretty legit, most of this. All right, let's have some drink. So, Wickjin Production says, love you, man. This, like, 90 sec for me. Well, listen, I'm married, but... Oh, you're talking about, that's Swedish money, isn't it? I like the kroners. Still have some. I don't cash it in when I get home, because I'm like, I'm gonna go to Sweden again. One way or another. Hopefully Paradox invites me, but if I have to go on my own, I will do that. So this place doesn't really have services, and it might be a good idea to do so. I mean, certainly crematoriums, we know about that. That's important. A little bit of healthcare, right in the middle. I like that. A little fire, that's important too. And a little police. We're not going to have any education over here, apparently. So this whole block really doesn't have any highway access, other than through this region over here. Is that really bad? Is it fine? I guess it'll come down to how much traffic we've got that accumulates on these crossroads, and also on the highway inputs and outputs from these regions here. I think ultimately we'll be okay. Although one of the things, and we've done this before, because it's pretty easy and lightweight, like, I can just go and drop an off-ramp there. Just as a way to drain traffic from the area. And I think that the draining of the traffic might... Well, it's not most important, actually. I don't know, I guess it's about the same. People are upgrading, things are happening, population is growing at 300 a week right now. That's pretty nice. I'm going to go and cross over to the other area over here. I'm going to build a bridge. Again, you can have rail crossings. I'm just trying to avoid... There we go, that works out nicely. Avoid having to slow down either the trains or the vehicles whenever possible. Of course, some people like... Rail crossings are cool, man. I'm going to have them everywhere. And admittedly, they are. They look great. Come on, you can do it. There it is. See, from here what I'll do, I need a guide. No, I guess we'll give it a try. I don't think that'll work. But, there we go, that'll work. Okay, and then we can start by building... I guess I'll start the block from here, which will be fine. Oh, and then I'll get my pattern going. Although we sort of have it from the bridge, but I want to make sure to set a proper square pattern, just in case any of these roads actually came in crooked. And then connect them up. Like so. Do. Bunch of squares. Everyone lives in a square. Doom, 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 doom. One day I will make a pretty city, but today is not that day. Today is efficiency city. Okay. Oh. Some snap, crackle, pop here. What I think I'm going to do... What I think I'm going to do is do another out here. And we'll do an in here. And here we'll do another out, which will have to go up and over. And we'll have to be built with sexy curves to there. And then we want an in, which should really come from the other side. Yeah, you know what? We'll do sort of like what we do with our trumpet. It's going to come out here. It's going to elevate. Come around here. And then into there. Now, assuming there's not too much traffic in this area, this will work fine. Now, I think it'll be okay. Alright, demands. Pretty low for everything. Is it because things aren't pretty enough? Why don't you love me? It's starting to be that time in the stream where I go a little bit nuts. I mean, we can just start zoning stuff at this point. And maybe I should, like, go back to some low-density zoning? Fast forward. People are still coming into town, actually. 350 per tick. That's not bad. Do sort of a comb thing here. Again, mostly I want residential to kick in so that we can have a high population. But they have to work. We considered using farms in some areas. Yes, we didn't use farms on this map because farm is relatively low density. But farms are awesome. They work really, really well. They don't pollute. We actually have a little bit of a here, forestry area over here. This is all forest industry, which also looks awesome. And, you know, just, like, do more of that. Just not in this city. This city has other purposes. Has another role to fill in life. To serve. Let's go. It says it's got good coverage. And really, the garbage coverage is doing okay. Build a subway, please. Yes! Well, we have a subway. We need more. You're right. We need to eat fresh. Wait, hold on. I'm actually getting legit hungry. So... Again, expect more and more sort of lunacy coming from me here in the short term. I apologize for nothing. Look at that, guys. An angled road. Just because we had the train stuff, so. Well, I guess I can do this. That. And then wapow. Wapow. And then my idea is to go sort of off over here. Put a incinerator where it hopefully won't bother too many people. Obviously, we're going to need water connections. We probably have to check on our actual total amount of water being produced. And just in case I end up building anything in there, let's get that filled out. Total water produced is actually a little low. How about our power? Also a little low. Oh, none of that is good. Power generation. Over here. Let's go and, try not to destroy the power lines. I think this will actually work out okay. I can go and double check to make sure these power lines work, but almost certainly this is more zonable stuff we can do. We can do a better job with these power lines now that we've got stuff. I'm betting it's not connected right now, but we'll get that fixed up real soon. My goal here is to figure out exactly how much space I need to put these solar stations back to back. We're basically there. Probably just another... Well, I'll do this, and then... That might have a gap between them, but that's okay. Nice. Okay, and yeah, it definitely won't reach anywhere over here, so we've got to get... technically it reaches through here, but not here. If I put, like, just a wind turbine here. Just to close the gap. Oh, we can get 8 megawatts from these guys. That's really good. Let's do that. There we go. Now you're all connected without any power lines whatsoever, which I like a lot. Meanwhile, water situation. We need water intakes. Over here. I'm going to build a couple of them, actually. And then where is Pooh Lake? Pooh Lake is over here. So we're going to go with raw sewage dumping. Again, I'm going to build a couple of those. Check our numbers as soon as they kick in. Good to go. Lots of power. Wow, over 1,000 megawatts. It's 1 gigawatt. Whereas Doc Brown likes to say gigawatt of power, which is arguably a more accurate way of saying it. It'd be nice to build a dam. I'm not sure if the water currents here are strong enough. They may be. They may be. I mean, obviously not from here. The question is, what's the elevation level of this lake? Can we see if the water's flowing downwards? I think the game will need a little bit of a better way to mark the dams, because a lot of times you put them down and they don't do anything. Now, I got the money to experiment with that, but it would be in a region... oh no. Yeah, we'd have to buy one of these tiles. I have river access here, but I don't think the water flows enough. I mean, it's got a lot of arrows to demonstrate, you know, there's a fair amount of water flowing through it, but I think it's actually surprisingly flat here, and I think a dam would just basically sit and idle and do nothing. I might be wrong, but I don't want to risk it. Wow. I suppose I could risk it there. What the fuck? Let's do it. I got money. I got unlimited money. So it'll tell me estimated production. Oh, only 176 megawatts? At this point, that's hardly more than a solar panel. And it's costing me more, and the upkeep will be considerably higher as well. Never mind, no dam. Meanwhile, power. Oh yeah, I was going to put a little parks over here so that they can at least reach it. We'll put a big park. And then a couple of parks inside of here for some land value. Water tower. Oops. Hey, water tower connected everything up. Good. So these guys will whine about power for a little while, but it'll get there. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and put some low-density housing on the outside here. It's a lot easier to get them to come in, I think. And it'll start to populate some of this housing. Services? Non-existent. Okay, we do have the garbage. We're good on health there. I'll put another health thing in the middle here, which should do okay. Crematorium, again in the middle. A little police station. Or that was a fire station, actually. Now a little police station. Quite a bit of residential here. It's mostly where? Mostly here. So we are going to want a school. And I'll put in a high school as well. It won't fit. If I put it here, it'll help to cover the other region. Oh, this is a very good spot for it. Okay, let's get some subways in all these new areas, because the subway service is not extensive in town yet. And too many of my viewers are European, therefore they're spoiled with actual proper public transit. I can only imagine what that's like, you guys, because let me tell you something. I don't have any of that over here. Well, I mean, sure, maybe in Canada in general, but definitely not where I live. Very few Canadian cities are really dense enough to have proper public transit. So you might see a few little population dips here as we are effectively replacing some buildings. Alright, let's get all this stuff connected up. You to there. You to there. You to there. Alno hates me for the Black Sea. Listen, Alno, it wasn't my idea. I am simply obeying the will of my citizens. They have to live in the hellhole that I create here. So if they want to have fun with, you know, a lake full of poop, they can do that. Shot or not. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the Twitch chat. Oops. Get you all the way down here. Alright, I think those are all hooked up. Now, lines. Oh, here's a neat thing that I didn't realize. When, not in this mode, if you go to the info views, okay.